Okay. The idea is about the influence, and let's start off with the influence again, and that is that the influence exists because of how all of us in creation decided to create our consciousness. You see? You understand that? And so from that, the influence became a reality all by itself. So it's just like, penicillin was discovered through old bread sitting on the counter somewhere. All of a sudden, that piece of old bread all of a sudden starts to transform into something else. This is just how creation is. Creation never sits still. It's always cause and effect. It's always going, even though we think in our minds that, oh, it's all okay or whatever. No, cement keeps drying, plastic products keep transforming until they just fall apart. They go back to the original source that they were created from, etc. Everything does that. And so the consciousness here, basically that's the idea. And from that, you see how the influence is in. See, the influence is not good or bad, not right or wrong. It's just that when I was showing the influence, it's not that it's bad. It's just that I was telling people about what's taking place because of how the consciousness is. And this is where I was trying to warn the Ekis also. It's not, I'm not saying, oh, Harry's bad, Darwin's bad. No, it's just that, just to let them know what's going on instead of the thoughts in their mind thinking that, oh, he's the master, he knows everything, he's good, he's all that. Well, there's really more to the story. So again, here's the hint for you to figure out basically what is said there. And I know, when I was reading Paul's books in the Eckankar days, and especially the dream book, Paul's dream book, Secret Knowledge of Dreams, boy, I read that so many times, and still it was baffling at times. And it is because there's so many ways for us to experience here in creation. And how can you figure it all out? Is it necessary? It's like, whatever. But the reason we're here is to learn to focus and recognize the is. That's the whole idea, you see. And the experiences are part of that, but it's not in the experiences because they're just references. And so people have made the experiences realities. And yes, we need all that. We need everything that we're doing in creation. So there's the hint there for what you're asking. And that part you have to learn to see and figure out yourself. So it all comes down to the influence and what we're doing, etc. here. And there's always an influence involved, no matter what we're doing. Rebazar and the Real Guides, they deal with it too. They're dealing with all these things, all these effects, etc. too. And they have to readjust things, etc. Just like we have to add motor oil to our car and readjust it and put new spark plugs in. Even though when it's new, we think, oh, this car will last forever. Well, it doesn't, because everything in creation is that. So that part, you have to, now that you have the knowledge, like the tool, it is a tool for you to fix the car, you figure out what is said there, okay? So instead of me figuring it all out for you, that becomes your test, like in school. So you've got the knowledge to do it. Now you just got to figure it out for yourself, and that will help you become more aware and see things. But remember, the main point of view is recognizing the is through all of this. Otherwise, you got nothing but a bunch of made-up stuff, no matter how good it sounds. It's a bunch of made-up stuff. So we need that view too to bring in, to recognize what we're going through in creation so we can succeed through it. Yeah, I know that's a lot. Okay, so as the world turns, which is the name of a soap opera show in the United States, it's called As the World Turns, and so things happen, don't they? And things will always happen. So yes, What Kelsey is telling people is her choice. She's done this before, and now she's doing it again. And believe it or not, she'll be back and she'll be apologizing to everybody because everything that she's doing is showing up. But anyhow, let's see if that happens. And yeah, I suspected that, yeah, just like the last time, that the Africans and some people will be leaving. Yeah, we've gotten several people that we've known on Facebook, and they're not Africans, they're others, and they just go with Kelsey because Kelsey's supposedly the innocent young girl, and she is in her own way, and it's all fine. Because the best part is that I just wrote a group which is called All Natural Cult, because she's calling us a cult like many other people. So I've defined it. See, anyone can take anything and redefine it. And all the definitions that we have, what do people usually do in this computer world? They go to Google for their answers, and Google has made up their own definitions for everything. So I just figure I have the right to make up definitions too that pertain to all life, instead of a bunch of nonsense and negativity where it's, good against bad, evil against the gods, or whatever. See, we're not in that realm. We're in the realm of presenting something real to people and showing them how to get through all the rumors and stories. And so in the meantime, yes, somebody like Kelsey and others, they're going to be confused. And on Facebook, I met someone new last night and befriended him, etc. And we went back and forth in a little conversation. Then I put one of my groups in there, and then he read it and he said, go to hell, get lost. And so again, this is how it is. So, but it's okay. And the marriage thing, well, that's a choice. I would probably use a little humor with people that ask, should I get married traditionally or whatever? And then I would have them talk to maybe Val or even Ava or you or others that have already been through the marriage ceremony. For the fun of it, I would say, well, why don't you go talk to these people about marriage that have been through it and get some views from that, you see? And I've been through it too. And I made the choice and everything was fine. I wanted to do this, and the others, the other relationships, didn't want to do it. So again, that's a choice, isn't it? And so from what you're saying, intuitively, they're getting it that, oh, this is not a good thing. Well, remember, the marriage ceremony is made by the church, and the church is sacrificial religion, and they want you to sacrifice yourself and then go through whatever the marriage thing is, seems to be happy for a while, and usually it ends up funny, and you have to get a divorce, then you have to go through the government to do all that. They drag you through the mill. So if you don't mind going through all that, then do it. If that sounds fun to you, then go for it. You see? So it's rather funny, isn't it? So again, this is the world today. We deal with it. But I look at the fact that we're all here, and I'm very grateful for you and everybody else that I can share and see you become successful with this. That's all. That's what I look forward to. So the rest of the nonsense in the world, whatever, people make their decisions like Kelsey and others, fine, have fun, because it all shows up. Yeah, it all shows up. It's all funny, isn't it? So again, people want to get married, they can, but they don't have to. So anything's okay.